Hello and welcome back, everybody. We're here again for the final episode of season 2. Yeah, this is it, guys. Last one. Never have to do this ever again.
Yay!
So it's Twin Peaks season 2.
For that.
Okay, get over yourselves. Season 2, episode 22. This episode is called Beyond Life and Death. All right. So apparently we have some people who've dressed up. So who wanted to do their reveal first?
Let's go Katie first. She's on the top row.
Okay, Katie. Let's see what we've got.
Katie.
Very nice, very nice.
Okay, Katie has come as the log.
Dead husband, yeah, very nice.
Okay, Nelly, do you want to go next?
Yeah.
Okay, Nelly, very nice. Very nice.
Are you Dr. Jacoby?
No, I've got
she's
my
got the
fish in
her
my
coffee.
Yeah,
Oh my god, it's a fish!
Pete. It's Pete, can't you tell?
The eyebrows.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Okay, and Sian.
Let's see if this is going to work.
Hold on.
What
I
have
need
you
to.
done?
Yeah, wait. What have you done?
Is the hair slicked like the doorknob, the knob lady? What's
Oh, you're yes. That's what it is. It's Josie.
Josie?
No, I tried to dress up as the dwarf.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Pink is red.
Okay. Oh well, I was obviously
got- yeah,
right.
I almost
we got the
said, are
big
you the
colours.
little
The
big
person?
colours,
but I was
yeah.
like, I'm not sure.
The big collar and the... Anyway.
The problem is, if we'd been able to see your legs in this shot, I would have guessed it straight away. But
Oh, you've gone all
No.
red.
No. Yeah, I've gone all...
Well, you've tried to.
okay, very
Ah,
nice.
yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, right. Alright, yeah.
Oh, so...
But you
Good
didn't have
effort.
a red top.
Very
no, but
good
it's
effort.
my hair and everything.
I'll
Get
tell
out of
you
my
what,
shot.
your
Careful
I was
shot.
just gonna
my
say,
hair.
if you go back into Michael's shot, you can be the little guy in that one.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't think that would work.
No, hey, look, see.
It kind of was.
That worked.
Just start doing that weird little jiggle dance that he does.
And Ben and I were boring.
Yeah, sorry, I'm not that interesting.
This may not stay on the whole time, I will
No.
be honest with you.
You're going to get evicted if you take that off.
Also, I don't know what moisturiser will actually do to my hair, since I didn't have any.
Oh,
hair, so. But it's too hot for okay.
Yep. It is
I
very
quickly
hot.
tried to find a nose patch in the bathroom, but we just had band-aids
Yeah.
A nose patch.
for to be Dick after the ferret or whatever.
Oh, right.
Yep.
The pine weasel, my goodness. Have some respect.
So guys, so a lot happened. In fact, one of the things that I wanted to talk about is at the beginning of this episode, I was sort of thrown and I had to think, wait, what happened last episode again? Did you guys have that too? Because
Yes, because they're recounting it a bit at the start, and I'm like, oh yeah. Oh, look at my eyebrows.
yeah, such expressive eyebrows, Nelly.
I thought about making mine thicker and or plucking them a bit out.
Oh, don't
but-
fuck them. I'll
I
just
was like,
brush them backwards.
Okay, all right.
Mustaches are annoying. Anyway,
So
yes, please.
I'm just gonna go through. We've got a lot to cover.
No, we don't.
Yes.
No, we don't.
I have copious
I mean,
notes.
so much was explained. I'm
Yeah,
so
exactly.
happy with this episode.
I mean, this is a final episode, so they made sure they used every second. They didn't waste any moment at all.
And
through
every
this
exactly.
episode.
character.
Oh, nothing was wasted.
No,
I don't
they-
have any WTFs in here.
There's lots of questions
Gel.
at the end of mine.
There's actually a lot of returning characters in this episode. Ones we have not seen since season 1.
Yeah, like my first.
Oh,
Yes. Yeah.
what's her face?
Benjamin's
Ronette?
wife. Ronette. Yeah.
Yeah, Ben's wife.
Mm.
Oh, we saw her after episode 1, but yeah.
Yeah. But a lot of people from season 1 that haven't been in season 2 are back. But anyway, I'll
Yeah.
get started. So we open on Andy and Lucy back at the station. And this is when I was like, what's going on here? Because he's
Yeah.
consoling her after the chaos at Miss Twin Peaks. And I was like, oh, yes, that's right. That's what happened. So finally they're together. They both say, I love you. And it's actually really sweet.
Oh, sorry, Ben. It's called Beyond Life and Death.
You said that, didn't you?
I thought I did say it, but that's okay.
Apologies. I was too enamored
Nelly
with
just
my
said it
eyebrows.
again. Cooper and Hawk.
Good.
Cooper and Hawk are studying the petroglyph / map.
Yeah, see, this moment when they cut to Cooper, I was like, is he watching them kiss? Because that's kind of creepy.
He had that really intense face on, didn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, yes,
You dressed
because
up as Ben with a mustache, Nelly.
I look like Ben. Well, I even put talcum powder in my hair. I don't know if you can tell.
I could
look
tell
at
then
it.
when you touched it. Yeah. So, yes, I had the same thing because I was like, wait, are they in the same room? But no, they're definitely not in the same room. So Cooper and Hawk are studying the petroglyph / map when Harry enters in a panic and Cooper tells him the only way they'll find Wyndham and Annie is by using the map. Pete then bursts in, angry because he says the log lady, who we know as Wyndham Earl, stole his
Or
truck.
as Katie.
No, I'm just a log.
Oh.
I just beat Bobby over the head.
Yeah.
So this is the part
You're
where I'm
welcome.
thinking, oh, well, the log lady knows more than we do, so she probably has her reasons.
Also,
That she
Pete
stole the
is dressed
truck.
like a bit of a pimp.
Yes, that's what
Well,
I'm
he was
thinking.
in.
at
This
moment.
is when he was in the big coat when he barged in.
Yeah, wearing his hat inside and everything.
Yeah, but he just looked like a pimp.
Yeah, but I think
Unlike-
we need
yeah.
to cover for a second that Shana's just announced to us that she thought the log lady stole, for real, Pete's truck.
No, she had forgotten, I think.
They said it was the log lady. I just assumed they meant the log lady, not
Because
the other log lady.
You were confused last episode.
Well, I realised at the end when he was leaving the building that it was not the log lady.
But I think you forgot again.
And then I forgot again. And I assumed the log lady had stolen the truck for very good plot-related reasons and was taking it to the woods.
And they said, oh, no, she'll be here shortly or something like that.
I was like,
Yeah,
okay,
in a minute.
she's done her
She'll walk
business
through
in the
that
woods.
door
She's
in 1
coming
minute
back.
or something.
I'm like,
Yes.
did you really
Yeah.
forget?
So there's a few things that Pete mentions before they get to that. Cooper tells Pete that the log lady didn't steal his truck and that she'd be joining them in 1 minute. And I got a note here. How does he know that she's going to be there in 1 minute?
Maybe she's signing in at the front desk.
Oh, okay, maybe. Pete mentions that there were 12 rainbow trout in the truck. And then Harry has a revelation about a circle of 12 sycamores in a ghostwood forest called Glastonbury Grove. And then there's
Is
something.
there a reference there that I don't understand?
Glastonbury is just where. What?
Why are the trouts and the sycamores? Why are they tied together? Is there some
it's
reference?
because he says there were 12, and then Pete.
Yes, I understand 12.
Yeah, and that's it. That's the link. Yeah, and I've actually got a note here.
Why trouts and sycamores though?
No, they have no relationship, Michael. The trout and sycamore have no relationship whatsoever. I've actually got a note saying, thank God Pete mentioned the fish in the truck because Harry never would have figured this out.
Thank goodness. There were 12 trout in the truck.
I was just assuming that there were 12 fish because 12 trout had jumped onto Pete's hook deliberately so that there were 12, so that this scene would happen.
Oh, okay. All right. Wow, that's
As
a roundabout
part of
way of
whatever's
getting
going on.
Yeah.
No, this is definitely all part of the plan, right?
Yes, as we know over the course of this episode, it's all part of the plan. Yeah. Hawk mentions that Glastonbury Grove was where he found the bloody towel and the pages of Laura's diary, and there's also some part where Pete is like mentioning that. Oh yeah, sorry. Cooper mentioned something about Glastonbury being the legendary burial place of King Arthur, and Pete mentions, but that's in England, and everybody does a slow turn to Pete. And I'm like, why are they doing that? Cooper
I
said
was
the
also
dumb
very
thing.
confused by the King Arthur reference. Thank you, Pete.
Yes,
I was right there with you.
Nelly, saying that line?
Sorry?
Can you do an impression of Pete doing that line?
Yeah, no. My question was, are they intimating that King Arthur journeyed to the Americas? And that he's not dead?
No, just to Twin
I
Peaks.
think it was just a joke.
Yeah. I honestly don't know why they did the slow turn. It's just really strange.
It was bizarre.
Everything else we're saying makes sense. Why would you say something that doesn't make sense?
My moustache is itchy.
You can take it off if you need.
They
if you
do
want
that.
to take it off.
I'm sticking it out as long as Katie has her log on her head.
That sounds like a challenge.
Yeah.
How hot is it,
Wallet
Katie?
thrown.
That's not hot.
Oh, good.
Okay, she'll keep it on the whole time. Log Lady arrives and delivers a glass container of oil. And I've got in brackets here, I do remember the plot line where she was bringing the oil. Do you guys remember that?
That's not
No.
important, Ben. Don't think hard about
But
it.
the three wise men brought
Also,
frankincense, myrrh,
I didn't know
and-
her name was Margaret, so there you are.
Oh, they've said that, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they
I'm
also
sure.
refer
Yeah.
to her as Log Lady at one point.
Yeah, everybody calls a log lady. And, I mean, even Pete called a log lady.
Even the log calls her a log lady.
I couldn't remember if that was just us who called it that.
So apparently, Log Lady's deceased husband, brought that oil back from somewhere in the woods and told her before he died, not right before he died, but shortly before he died, this oil is an opening to a gateway.
They also mention the smell of it, and that's like what Jacoby remembers smelling when is it the guy got smothered?
No,
So is that smell?
Yeah,
was it?
Is that smell associated with?
he
Bob
smelt
being in
motor
possession?
oil in the because it smells like
Mm.
motor oil apparently, and
Yeah.
that's what Jacoby smelt when Leland was smothering the
Gerard, I think you said.
Frenchman.
Yes.
The
Yeah.
Frenchman.
So
yes,
I'm thinking that smell is associated with Bob.
potentially.
Yeah,
Bob
and
smell.
Ronette as well,
or the Black
obviously.
Lodge.
Mm.
So I've got a note here that after she mentions this oil is an opening to a gateway, she never thought to mention this before.
Yeah,
No,
she just had
Now,
only
isn't it?
now.
Yeah.
This seems important to me. I'm just like,
the stars.
You
are
can
aligning.
only tell what the log wants to tell
that's true.
Imagine
when the
for a
log
moment-
wants to tell.
Maybe she's only just been authorised by the log to pass it on.
Yeah,
It's
Imagine
just like,
you're
the
only
log has a
see what the log
huge
lady
role in
sees.
this show.
Sounds legitimate.
If
Sorry,
you've only
Sean?
seen what the log lady has seen, at what point do you think now is when they need the oil?
that's true. I'm just like, there are so many things in this episode which are just like, surely they
That's
could have found this out earlier.
And then there are so many
obviously
things in this
not.
episode that surely they could have left out entirely.
no,
We'll
Sean.
get to those.
Everything's
Don't
important.
know what you mean.
So yeah, Cooper and Harry smell it, and it smells like scorched engine oil, which they remember from Jacoby's thing. Was it? Yeah, so Jacoby's thing, and that was a season
And
one
from
callback.
the
I love how
hospital.
you started pronouncing it differently.
What?
Jacoby, Dr.
Jacoby.
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 Oh, I said, oh, whoops, Jacoby. Yeah, sorry, you're right.
All the fans are going to ditch us.
Oh no! Don't
Yeah.
leave us,
Just
fans.
from that.
Cooper asks Hawk to get Ronette, which is another season one callback, who happens
And
to be right
she's-
outside.
right outside.
Yeah, this is just like a we need.
Convenient.
Convenient.
We've got an information dump happening here, people, and it has to happen fast.
But considering how long they draw out some of the other stuff later, I'm like, right,
Yes.
we could have had done with a bit more
I
context.
reckon they
in
could have
this
gone
episode.
another hour with all that. Don't you worry. We cut to Wyndham, who pulls up Pete's truck somewhere in the woods and introduces himself to Annie.
Also, for someone who was really well in character as Log Lady, he got rid of all the makeup and everything very quickly.
He had a beautiful red lip, and that's
Yeah.
just gone.
And the hair. I was just really impressed.
Maybe the director didn't want any potential confusion that this still might be the Log Lady.
I suppose this is the
It
American.
was just for
audience
Sean. 20 years ago, they were like, oh no, I think this person called Sean's going to get really confused.
we're talking about.
Why are there two log
Predicted
ladies?
it.
I didn't know her sister had a log.
I didn't know Log Lady had a sister. So Wyndham drags her from the car and they start walking through the woods as she prays. She wants to know where they're going, and while they talk, Wyndham kindly uses his torch to show each of their faces while they talk. Thank you,
Also,
Wyndham.
She's just happily being dragged along behind him. All he's doing is holding onto her wrist. You can do a lot. Like, she's got heels on. She can jab him in certain places and stuff. And
Do you think they
Run
taught that in
away.
the nunnery?
Well, they should. What prayer was she saying?
I don't
I
know.
don't know.
Some religious shit.
No.
Oh, you just offended
For our
more of
religious fans.
For all of our religious viewers.
She's a specialist, after being in a nunnery for however long, she's not just going to roll
I
out the
guess.
Lord's Prayer.
Yeah, she's probably
yeah,
pulling
that's
out
what
the
I
big
thought she
guns,
would've
I
done.
reckon.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Professional.
Yeah. Also,
Alright,
it
I
was very
guess.
convenient with all the
flashlight, yeah.
flashlight.
Yes. I was like, oh, thank you, Wyndham. It really helps to be able to see who's talking. We see they
Not like I was
arrive.
getting them mixed up.
Yep. Then we see they arrive at the White Circle, and Wyndham gets poetic again. Annie does this weird thing where she looks like she's in some kind of
No,
trance.
he says something
Yeah.
to her while shining the light in her face, and then all of a sudden it's like he's hypnotized her.
Is that what it was?
That's
I
what
thought
it
she had
felt like.
stepped into the tree circle.
But she hadn't stepped into she stepped into the tree circle, but not the white circle in the middle.
It was very
No, I think it's
strange.
the tree
Maybe he
circle.
just
Okay.
Because it
activated
happens.
enough fear in
It
her. or
happens
something.
again. I don't know if you could see the log's eyebrows, but
We can see the Lord's
I've got some
Yeah.
extra eyebrows. Yeah.
the
Yeah, so
trance
she
thing happens again.
yes, I do remember that, but it was only momentary, the trance thing. Yes.
Yeah.
That Annie looks like she's in some kind of trance as they round the circle and the red curtains appear on the other side of the circle.
Of course.
That Wyndham and Annie disappear into the curtain, which then fade away.
I was very disappointed with this whole build up of getting into the lodges. That's all
They
it
just
took.
walked in.
Yeah, they just walked in.
Nobody had to
No, she-
die. It was
No.
very.
Oh, no, he had to instill all that fear in her. Isn't
Yeah.
that what he was doing?
Yes.
Yes, that was the price of entry.
That's
And
why
then
he
all they
had to
did was
shine
like
the
a
light on
half
his
turn.
face to make himself look scarier.
Yep.
Oh, like a campfire story.
Yeah, he probably went boo or something like that, you know.
Ooh.
He's
Yeah, it
Like
just
when
felt
I-
very, what was it, anticlimactic.
No, we know that the price
Yeah.
of entry is either a great love or a great fear.
Mm.
We learned
I
that
thought
from Garland.
Mm.
See, stop it.
the circle
Excuse
was
me.
going to go ablaze or something, just with all
No.
the sort of fire themes and talking about the scorched oil.
Well,
and-
we do see some of that. Don't you worry. Don't get
Yeah.
too ahead of yourself, Michael.
But I
I
thought
thought
that was
the
going to
oil-
happen when they
Oil
went
was
through. But
essential for him to get through. But
Yeah,
clearly
I
not.
thought the oil was important.
Hmm.
But
And
You
because why else
know-
would you rant?
I'll save it until the end of the episode.
Okay.
Maybe you need the oil if you're using the love entry.
To rub all over yourself.
all right,
Well,
Sean.
Engine oil.
I just felt like that you called it the love entry.
We cut to Ed and Nadine's place, and Doc Haywood has bandaged both Mike and Nadine's head. They look ridiculous.
They look so ridiculous.
If they have
And
that
there's
much blood still coming
Yeah.
out of their thing,
Yeah.
like,
That's
why
what
are
I
they in
thought.
hospital? That's a serious head injury.
I've actually got a note here that says pause for technicality, Nelly.
Did he, Nelly?
you wrote that.
Yeah.
It's true.
Their
Um,
bandages were amazing.
Yeah. So at the time, Ed and Norma are standing at the fireplace canoodling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike starts telling Nadine that he really cares for her, telling her he loves
Sorry,
her.
he uses the L word, yeah.
Yep. She's just staring at him, and he tries to kiss her. She backs away, and it appears that she's back to normal. She doesn't remember
Certain
who he
pirate
is.
back. And once
You
they're
could have
Drake
predicted
runners,
this last episode.
Yeah, she wants Mike
Maybe
out.
predicted this.
She doesn't remember him. She notices Norma is there and says, "What are you doing here?" And she's not happy about it. Then she screams for her drape runners.
That was
Also,
fun.
though, she's only 35,
She seems older than 35.
Mm.
right?
But
And
this
you're
is
going to
the-
tell me Big Ed is only 35?
That's true.
Because they were in the same, like,
They were in the
school
Yeah.
same
thing.
year.
Mm.
Yeah.
I call
Shenanigans.
Shenanigans.
This is
Um,
the first of the happy endings in the episode.
Yes. Enjoy. Well, there's lots of
So
happy
many
endings
happy
in this
endings,
episode. Yeah. We
I
cut
did
to
laugh though. I must admit, as for as much as you don't seem to like Nadine, like she has definitely given me some of the best laughs of the whole show.
Oh yeah, she's very good at playing her character to the ninth degree.
Yep. So we cut to the Haywood house, and Donna is upset. She's packed and ready to go. She's coming down the stairs. Benjamin and her mum are there to try to talk to her, but she's throwing a Donna, which I'm now coining a thing.
She's a bit overreacting, and that's a tiny suitcase for a teenager.
Yep. Doc Haywood
It's gonna run off
arrives.
to James.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
it
true,
would've been
yeah.
on the back of a motorcycle. Yeah, good call.
Yeah.
So Doc Haywood arrives. and I've got in brackets, he got home quick. Is he neighbours with Nadine? He's angry about Benjamin, and Benjamin apologises as Benjamin's wife arrives, which was sort of like, oh, you're a person, that's right. I remember you.
Yeah. I forgot about you, but okay.
Yeah.
And then we
She'd
get
been
a
hiding.
full and perfect explanation of what was going on with
Oh, hell no.
Benjamin and Donna.
Yeah,
Hell no.
everything is solved.
Use
And I was
the
like,
word.
are we killing Ben?
Well, let's
was
find
my
out. Doc Hayward, Benjamin's wife arrives and says, what are you trying to do? It's just like, you just walk in. Just walk in. It's okay. I know
Yeah,
you don't live
please.
here, but just walk into someone's house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doc Hayward punches Benjamin and he hits his head on the fireplace, I think it was,
Something,
Yeah, on the mantle. Yeah.
and falls down. And Doc Hayward sort of freaks out. And
And
then,
his wife immediately motors over, and I'm like, is she going to run him over? Because she was really quick.
but when
And
they
Donna
show,
just sort of stands there like this.
Yeah.
she's sort of
Also,
like, she's probably like, what the fuck's going on here?
he was too close to the fire. He should have fallen in. Second, he's
Like a
used
log.
to being close to fireplaces.
Yes, he
That's
is.
true.
So he shouldn't have let himself get into harm's way there.
The doctor didn't apply any first aid.
Also,
No.
come on, it's Doc Hayward.
Yeah, But
And
how
Donna's
is,
yelling, you're my daddy or something at this point in time, isn't she?
Was
Yeah.
she?
who is Benjamin
Hayward.
going to hook up with when he thinks he's 16 years old?
To Doc Hayward, yeah. Who is Benjamin what?
Going to, hook up with now that he thinks he's 16 years old?
Oh, God, I can't wait for
Probably
that
his
season.
daughter.
No. Oh, Katie, that's just great.
So we see the head
Another
wound
happy ending.
of Benjamin, and it does look kind of serious. Not a lot of blood. If it was a real head wound, it would have been bleeding everywhere. But anyway,
He does look dead. He doesn't look like he's breathing.
He does
Yeah.
look dead, yeah.
They're not
Yeah.
very good at killing off characters, though.
No.
So.
we cut to the key in the cake holder thingy. What did we call it? What was that called? Was it the... There was a name.
Osh.
Yes.
Was
As
it the
someone
key holder?
someone takes the key and we see it's Andrew. What was his surname?
Yeah.
I could not for the life of me remember what
What
his
was
surname
the-
was.
I couldn't
Forrest?
remember his name. Was being Andrew for a really long
What was
time.
the milk
Was
Also-
it
Eckhart.
Packard?
Andrew
Packard.
Eckhart. No,
Packard.
Packard.
Thank you.
Packard.
Good job.
Eckhart
Good job.
was the other guy.
Yeah. Okay, so he's picked the key up. He says he recognizes the key as a safe deposit box key, and he replaces it with another
Oh,
one.
no.
But Pete comes in and sees him do it and says, "Oh, Andrew," but Andrew just walks away. So I guess Pete's in on it now.
Mhm.
We find out,
Yeah.
yes, he totally is
Pete-
in on it now.
Pete is so in on everything very easily. Isn't
Yeah.
He just
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
I'll
really
just-
quick to change sides.
Pretty question.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pete is like, "I'll just wait at the truck while you go and have sex in a aeroplane. That's fine."
Would you say a goon, Katie? Like a goon?
Pete.
Yeah, Pete's
Pete's
the
the
goon.
goon.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a
Yeah.
bit of a goon.
Yeah. Ben can put a card in post.
I'm
Yeah.
having
Yeah,
some
totally.
vulgar
I'll
shit.
totally do that. I always do it now, guys.
Oh, no, the log.
It's okay. If you want to take it off, you can take it off. Come on.
No.
No.
Okay. We cut
She's not wearing
to.
anything under that log. She can't take it off.
But
We-
also, Pete still hasn't
Only
told
covers
anyone
half
that
my
Andrew's
chest.
dead.
Yeah, no
Not
one
dead.
alive. Yeah, no one
Yeah.
still knows that Andrew is alive. Yeah.
I would have thought Pete, being the upstanding citizen and contacts he has with the police, would have told someone, surely, or is just the threat of his sister?
Well,
don't
I
know.
think that based upon how little resistance he presented to how Catherine was treating Josie,
Oh yeah.
the
Yeah,
sign
for
of his
sure.
character.
Do people not know Andrew's back? Like,
No.
has he not? Has he just been staying in that house the whole
Yes.
time?
Because Josie and Pete didn't tell anybody.
Josie was too busy dying. Sorry,
Mm.
morphing into a handle on a bedside table. Yeah.
Into a piece of wood.
Yeah. R.I.P.
We cut to Cooper and Harry, who are finding Pete's truck, and they walk into the woods.
I've written Cooper looks possessed, and what's with shining lights in people's faces?
Yes, but I found in this footage you could see Cooper and Harry a little bit better, whereas the other footage you couldn't see anything other than the flashlight. So they obviously shot at a different time of the day. So Cooper stops and he sort of goes into that trance sort of mode, but then he turns to Harry and says he has to go alone, taking the torch.
Oh, that's right. He did. He was very robotic.
sense.
Wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Cooper proceeds, and he's hearing an owl hoot and comes upon the clearing with the white circle surrounded by 12 sycamores. So he sees footprints around the circle, so he follows them. We see Harry has followed Cooper, and we watch as the curtains appear and Cooper disappears into the curtains. And Harry's sort of dumbfounded.
He's perplexed.
Yes, perplexed. That's a good word.
I did
He's very
enjoy how
perplexed.
they blended the curtains with the trees. That was
Yeah.
very
Yeah,
well
that was
done.
very good.
It was
Yeah.
very
I
well
don't
done.
know if Harry could see that though, or whether it was just something Cooper could see.
Well, can you imagine? It's even
You would have
worse.
just seen Cooper
He
disappear.
just disappears. I'd rather see the curtains and it looks
Yeah.
like he went somewhere and the curtains disappear. I'd be like, okay, yeah, that makes a bit more
Oh, it was
sense.
dark.
Yeah.
So was Cooper in great fear, or was he just bursting
in-
with love for Annie?
He's in love. You know
Yeah.
he's in love.
But didn't he go into the Dark Lodge with where they went?
We
So it
don't
would have
know
been
exactly
fear?
where he went.
He had the oil, Nelly. Please.
I think the entrance to either could be either, maybe. I don't think we've seen the White Lodge.
I
But it's
don't
fine
think.
because it'll be revealed next episode, right?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, there were some YouTube extras that explained everything, guys.
Cool.
Cool.
Cooper is now in the red curtain zone with the beautiful Parker tree. The lights go out and they start strobing, and the little
My
person.
favorite.
Yep.
All right. Bleh.
Little person arrives and dances over to the seat.
No,
We-
he walks backwards to the seat, doesn't he? Isn't that how they did it?
Actually, he walks forwards, backwards. Yeah.
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 And I wrote, "What a letdown if this is the spirit realm."
Well, I guess
Well,
we'll find
maybe
out, won't
we're-
we? So we see that there's some other guy singing, and he's singing about the entrance to wherever they are.
Yeah,
I'll
that
see
was
you in the trees.
a bit
Yeah.
repetitive.
So while
And
he's
initially I was
singing,
like, am I supposed to recognize this guy? But no.
No.
I'm not.
so while he's singing, we actually see that the little person is staring at Cooper. Did you guys remember that? Which I thought, oh, that's a bit unusual. Why is he just sitting there? Because I think, if I remember correctly, Cooper was still standing at this stage.
I didn't think it
Maybe
was
'cause-
unusual, but okay.
So the singer
Like-
disappears.
It's weird.
We then, external to Red Curtain Land, we find Andy in the woods looking for Harry, and Harry calls him over. So then
Excuse me. Sheriff Truman. Sheriff Truman.
Yeah, the
Sheriff
whispering.
Truman. And then, Andy, come over here.
Yeah.
It was very
Maybe he
Andy
was
being
scared.
Andy.
Yeah. Well, Andy has been the most consistent character in this show, aside from Hawk.
Yeah.
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 Okay, so we cut to the next morning, and Harry and Andy are still at the clearing. Andy's asking if. Oh, this is some weird part where Andy's asking, "Do you want a
love
coffee?
This part.
And do you
Yeah.
want like a sandwich? And do you
Yeah.
want a dessert?" And
This is like they were told, "Oh, you can
Bye.
ad lib all you like," and then they put it
Do you
all in.
want
I'm
a
like,
thermos of coffee? They've also been sitting there for 10 hours.
Oh,
'cause
and
they're
even
like,
better,
yep.
Harry's answer every time is "yeah." Every
David
single
Lynch
thing.
doesn't strike
Scintillating.
me as the kind of person who's letting them ad lib through those scenes. He strikes me
No.
as the kind of person who's
Maybe
Maybe
thanks
they're a
for
little
Very
bit
prescriptive.
tranced as well.
Maybe that's
Like
a
David
good
Lynch.
point.
And that's their reaction to the circle.
Oh,
But Andy's belly got too rumbly, so he just had to go to the diner.
Yeah.
So the next shot is we cut to a sleeping woman, and it appears to be a bank, and we see it's the bank vault. Audrey arrives, just walks straight in. So that one of the other staff member who's there is this really old dude, and he knows Audrey, and she just walks up and chains herself to the vault, saying she's protesting
And the
bank's.
vault is just open.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
vault
yeah,
door is just
We
wide
haven't
open.
got to that part.
Yeah.
Just hold your horses.
No. That
The
was
big
the big
vault door.
circular
Oh
thing.
yeah,
that
sorry,
was
yeah.
to the side.
But there's a
yeah, that
door
was
on the
just wide
inside as
open.
well, which was also
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, very
Sorry.
secure.
It's there. So she chains herself to the door. saying she's protesting the bank's involvement with Ghostwood Estates.
And I'm like, that's really quite minor. Why
Yeah.
we...
The old guy doesn't appear to know what to do. He's just like shuffling around.
His name is Dell. I don't know how you could forget.
I am ashamed.
And also tells him
They say it so many times.
So she asks for a drink of water, and he shuffles over. All of this is like
she gives
very
him a huge long list.
They did not waste a second in this episode.
No. This feels like the beginning of season 2 with that old dude and the milk. You remember?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. My only note about this whole scene, well, this whole part, because there are more stuff. WTF, Dell. Really just dragging the show on here. Could have learnt something if he wasn't just...
There are so many things about this entire part that I have like just little odd notes for.
It was a little bit funny though.
Yeah, it totally was.
Audrey's told him what she wants him to do. Call the paper, get a journalist down here to document that, the heiress is...
Which he doesn't do, FYI. He does not do this.
It doesn't work for her.
Because he remembers the last instruction, which was drink of water.
Yes, so he goes and gets her a drink of water, and then he has to help her drink the water.
Help her drink it.
Yeah.
That's awkward. That's like... this is
why
weird.
are we including this? Yeah.
Next time you ask me if I want a drink of water when I'm at your place, Ben.
I'm totally going to feed it to you, Michael. Like, sippy, Michael, come on. Drink from the sippy cup.
Oh, man.
Andrew and Pete arrive and want access to the safe deposit box, but Audrey's blocking the way. The door wasn't locked or anything. She just she just stands aside.
Before that, they say something about someone having a baby boy.
So
that's the next thing. Yeah. So.
Oh, is that? Oh, I thought that was before. Sorry.
So the old dude shuffles extremely slowly into the safe deposit box. We cut back to the vault exterior where the woman is still sleeping. An officer enters to answer a ringing phone and declares, "It's a boy." This is all just like
he's either found out that his wife or partner, whatever, has just had a baby boy as well.
Yeah.
Or someone has. So that's exciting.
Oh, I just assumed it was Lucy. Okay.
So we cut back to the...
Lucy's not even visibly pregnant.
I know. I'm sorry.
He was doing the splits last episode.
Yes, she was in a link card.
She's lucky she didn't accidentally give birth right there.
That might have induced the labour.
So we cut back to the old dude who has apparently reached the safe deposit box and is shuffling away now. Andrew opens the safe deposit box with Pete standing right behind him, and it contains a bomb that goes off, featuring flying glasses and everything.
Sorry, what did the piece of paper say, Ben?
I forget. What did it say? I don't think I didn't write it down.
Oh, it was like a revenge thing at Andrew.
It was like, I got you or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
And the money sort of falling down.
Yeah.
How did the glasses leave the building to fall perfectly?
I don't think it's supposed to be a realistic simulation of an explosion, Ellie.
Okay.
But also, does this mean Audrey's dead?
Yes. This is another happy ending.
Yeah.
And I think this may be the last thing that happens.
Yeah, I reckon Audrey survived.
There's no way Audrey's dead.
She's still attached to the door, but she's laying somewhere outside the
No,
building.
she's dead.
Then are we saying Pete's dead?
Yep.
Yeah, because he was right next to Andrew.
Yeah, he could be.
Yeah.
Okay.
If they're
I
not,
didn't know right before then. I thought, are we about to get some, not grand reveal, but like a minor reveal about Pete being in on something or not who we thought? Or cool. I was waiting for something like that, but nope.
No, he's just a dumb idiot who is in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yep.
Who knows how to play chess real well.
So what? So are we saying that it's Eckhart who set up the bomb?
Yep.
Yeah.
And are we also saying
that easily been
Catherine?
Yes. Or are we saying that Catherine knew about it all along and was just playing along, letting him get it, and that's why she put the key there? Or
that's a good question.
I just assumed they got the key out of the box. It was
I guess it could potentially be explained later on as an explainer, but based on the information they've given us now, I think it's just it was Eckhart that planned it all.
I'm pretty sure the note was signed.
I reckon she knew.
Yeah.
You reckon?
Yeah.
So because I think it's a possibility because they both have the same personality. They both want to win. So why didn't she take the key?
Also, where was she this episode?
But also, why would he do that if Eckhard thought that she might be the one that would open it?
I think Michael's right though, because I reckon she tauntingly placed it in the cake thing in the hopes that she can get rid of them.
It's a real piece of work, that one.
Yep.
She is.
So the note reads, "Got you, Andrew. Love, Thomas."
Yep, Thomas Eckhart.
Thomas, that was his name.
Also, nice bank that just lets people put bombs in their safe deposit boxes.
And it hasn't accidentally gone off once.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was rigged up to the door.
Yep, apparently.
Somehow.
They had that tech back then, apparently.
I thought safety deposit boxes were like American ones, were like those slim rectangular things that fed into things.
You slide out and you pull them out and then you open them on the table.
Yeah, whereas that one wasn't.
Twin Peaks is different.
Yeah.
Apologies, yeah.
Technicality, Nelly. I'm with you.
For different needs. I mean, if you need to store your guns, then you'd need a safety deposit box big enough for those, right?
This is America. Why would they put their guns in the safety deposit
Yeah, they need
box?
them on them just in case.
Because it's their right to bear arms,
Yeah, don't forget that. So there's the whole explosion thing. We cut to the diner and Garland and his wife are canoodling. That's the second time I've used this word.
How do they not feel the explosion? If it was enough to rain money and glasses.
Maybe it's on the other side of town.
We don't know where the bank is.
That's true. Yeah, we don't.
I assumed it was somewhere else. I don't know. I didn't even really think about that. It seemed like a big building for such a small town, but maybe not.
Are you okay, Katie?
Archie,
did you get a splinter?
Archie's just noticed my outfit, and he's peeking around the corner like this.
Oh my god.
He doesn't like when we put things on our head.
You better hope he doesn't cock his leg.
Garland and his wife are canoodling in a booth. Bobby and Shelley are watching them from the counter. Everyone seems happy-go-lucky. Bobby says they should get married, but to Shelley,
there does seem to be a fair bit of love going around. I didn't know whether they were going when they were all being sort of kissy in the room before with Ed and stuff. I thought, maybe there's some sort of like outpouring of love that's going on. You know how we seem to have a few episodes where, I don't know, maybe it's just a different director that episode or something, but where there just seems to be a whole lot of kissing in one episode all at once.
Possibly. So Bobby says that he and Shelley should get married, but Shelley reminds him, I'm still married to Leo. Heidi, did anyone remember her name? She's a season 1 returner.
Who is this?
I do not even know who she is.
Yeah.
She's definitely in season 1.
Clearly, she enjoys time with her husband to make her late for work.
Yeah, which was sort of like, that's a bit off. Yeah,
there was some really bizarre giggling.
I said she's apparently German, and Shelley makes an off-color body-shaming joke about because being anorexic like Shelley is the correct body type. But anyway,
I didn't even catch that.
Oh yeah, she was like talking about eating too much or something like that.
Yeah,
it was not great. Bobby mentions that Leo is probably in the woods having the time of his life. We see a shot of Leo still with the string in his mouth.
Time of his life.
Oh my god, I just realised something. Poor Leo is still like that.
Yeah.
To this day.
They were calling back to this day.
They're finding his skeleton.
I look forward to them coming back to that 25 years later in if they're all bearded.
We see Jacoby. That's his name, right? Jacoby?
Jacoby.
Jacoby.
What is happening?
I don't know. Jacoby arrives with Sarah Palmer, and I couldn't actually remember her names, so luckily someone says it later on. And then I got in brackets, wow, everyone's coming back for the final episode. They were looking for Garland, and for some reason, Jacoby is wearing a cape. I have no idea why.
He might have been the one who looked like a pimp.
Yeah.
It might have been him, not Pete.
Okay. Sarah sits with Garland and his wife, whose name I don't remember, and tells Garland in some weird voice, "I'm in the Black Lodge with Dale Cooper."
Yeah.
Then we cut to the
I
curtains
waited
again.
for. Didn't she say I waited for you?
No. Then we cut to the.
Or is that later?
We cut to the curtains again, and the little person. We don't actually see him, but we hear him saying, "I'm waiting for you."
So are we reckon she's channeling Laura?
No, she's channeling the little person.
Really?
Yeah, because it's him saying the whole thing.
Wasn't it Wyndham Earl?
I thought it was at first, but but the fact that they cut to the little person saying it, I was sort of like, oh, okay.
And I was thinking, was this a game all along to get Cooper there? Which it kind of is for Wyndham.
The little person talks to Cooper, telling him that the next time he sees him, he won't be him. So I guess they're like saying, the next time you see me, I'm going to be a different actor.
Or do they mean, actually, in hindsight, do they mean the next time the little person sees Cooper, he won't be Cooper? Because that would make more sense.
Yeah.
For end of episode reasons.
Okay, yes. There's a lot of stuff here which is very cryptic and could be taken many, many ways. I still have a lot of notes, just FYI, guys, so don't worry, we're not at the end.
Nothing else happened.
Yeah.
And then my next comment is David Lynch, any reason to get the actress back?
Yep.
Twice.
Yes.
Twice.
So the little person tells Cooper that this is the waiting room and asks him, would he like some coffee? Then Laura Palmer walks over and sits. She says hello and does a reverse snap of her fingers. She says she'll see him again in 25 years.
Meanwhile.
And then says meanwhile, and then indicates something with her hand. She does like this. I'm just like, and then we see Cooper again and he's just sitting there and now she's gone.
And I'm like, meanwhile what?
Exactly. I was like, what? What? Then the old dude from the hotel appears, shuffling around. And
Milk guy, thank you.
Oh my goodness.
Sorry, Milk guy.
He was another thing that went on a bit too long.
He sits and the little person and he say hallelujah to each other a few times.
Coffee?
He has a coffee in his hand.
Coffee?
It looked solid when he was moving. I think they didn't want him to spill it or something. I don't know.
With his shake.
Because I think he really is that old. I don't think there's makeup or anything like that. I think he is really that old.
Well, you know how Michael is about whether or not coffee cups are full.
Yeah. What did you think about this part, Michael?
I just thought, they're just being weird. Whatever.
He keeps saying coffee and puts the cup of coffee on the table next to Cooper. Then we see he's replaced by the tall guy who goes back to his seat. He says that the old guy and he are one and the same, which we sort of guessed already. They
look the same.
We sort of guessed that, didn't we?
No, I hadn't really ever thought about it, actually.
I think someone mentioned it earlier on.
That was dumb, but
I just assumed they were the same character, but I mean, I thought that was just me, not actually it happening.
No, you were right, Sian.
Are they 25 years apart?
Is it because they have the same bald head?
Yes, and they're very tall.
My next comment was the Foley is having fun with all the footsteps.
Yes.
Because that's all you can hear in these rooms is the tippy-tappy
So
everyone's footsteps.
The little person starts rubbing his hands together while Cooper picks up the coffee and notices that it's viscous and pours some out. The little person says, "Wow, Bob, wow." Then fire walk with me.
With a big...
Yep. The strobing lights returning and Cooper gets up and leaves the room. He walks through a corridor and appears in the same room stands little person. He then leaves and goes back the way he came to the other room, only to find the same room with no little... goes back the way he came. The little person is still there and tells him wrong way. So Cooper goes back to that room that the little person wasn't in.
Why does the right way matter? And then my question was, is one room the light and the other the dark?
Don't know.
But then I
would hate for you to explain this in the wrong order so anyone got confused.
I think they're just trying to screw with him. That's the
possibly
more to it than that. But
so Cooper goes back only to find the same room with no little person again. The little person appears suddenly, laughing, and announces another friend. It's Maddie. She introduces herself and says, "Watch out for my cousin." Cooper exits again and goes back to the original room, which is what I'm calling it, by the way, which is now completely empty. The little person appears again, but his eyes are white
Possessed.
or something
It's
like
when
that.
Bob is possessed. Remember when
Yes.
every time when Bob is
Leland?
possessing Leland? Yeah. That's what his eyes
Yes.
look like, didn't it?
He says doppelganger. So I guess that's their way of telling us that these people with the eyes are the doppelganger of the actual person. Did you guys take that as well?
Well, I'm like, why are they introducing
I'm
this?
so confused at this point.
It was a bit weird, yeah. Just a little bit, not a lot. Just saying.
I don't think
Could have amped it up a bit.
I don't think the doppelganger makes sense in the end.
Well, I guess we'll find out, won't we?
Also, oh no, we haven't got up to that
Okay.
yet.
He says doppelganger, and then we see Laura Palmer with the same weird eyes and an angry look on her face. She says, meanwhile, and starts screaming and comes right up to his face. Cooper runs out of there.
You mean turns into a pterodactyl?
Banshee.
Because that is what she sounded like.
So apparently David Lynch really likes her scream a lot.
Because that's not the first time we're hearing it. We've
No.
heard her in the other room before. Yeah.
But also, every time they stop screaming in this episode, they start again.
Yep. Cooper runs out of...
Finally over. Nope, there she goes again.
So Cooper runs out of there and back to the other room, the second room, and notices he's bleeding suddenly.
So my comment here is he going to wake up after being shot now and it's all been in his head since then? What a crock.
That would have made more sense than what happened.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I know.
It would have.
So okay, I'll get through the next bit and then I'll talk about that. So he follows the trail of blood that is from where he'd just come.
And the statue's gone. The statue is gone.
And sees himself with
I don't know what it means.
With blood where he's been stabbed and a woman lying on the floor. He calls for Caroline, but realizes it's Annie, so calls for her. Annie gets up looking confused. He walks over to Annie, who's now standing up, and she says she saw the face of the man who killed her and that it was her husband. Now, then we see that it's Caroline, and I think this is actually the first time we've ever seen Caroline, isn't it?
Yeah.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it's Annie again. She says she's still alive. Annie changes to the weird-eyed Laura who's screaming. There you go, some screaming again. Then to Wyndham. Annie appears between them and then disappears again. There is a lot of weird shit here. Wyndham laughs. He says that if Cooper gives him his soul, he'll let Annie live. Cooper accepts and Wyndham stabs him. Okay, and this is when I want to say, I think they're trying to indicate that time is not linear in this place. Because actually
That's what happened to him and Caroline. Because he almost died from that attack with Caroline. So I just assumed that was how he was when he was attacked again. But I didn't take it to be.
I'm specifically talking about when he came to that room and realized he'd been stabbed. And then we saw on the ground there was a trail of blood and he went back. So I'm thinking that I'm just saying that time is not linear. So like he was basically playing out being stabbed in reverse.
Okay. No, but it is interesting because of the whole way they film it and stuff. Yeah, okay.
And considering what happens right away is that it reverses.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was suggesting with the coffee cup when he tipped it and it was still full. And then a second later he tipped it again and he spilt it. Like they were implying then that time was not acting at the speed we would expect.
Or following the normal rules, we'd think. Yeah. So
you don't like stuff to do with time.
No, we don't like time shows. No. Cooper accepts and Wyndham stabs him. We see flames and then we see Bob next to Wyndham. Bob is laughing, but Wyndham looks like he's in pain. Bob tells him to be quiet. Bob tells Cooper that Wyndham is wrong and that Wyndham can't take Cooper's soul. Bob will instead take Wyndham's soul.
So I've written at this point, this is just all too silly. And the next bit where if you watch Wyndham while Bob's having his little chat with Cooper, it's like he'd been told there's going to be a lot of strobing happening here, so just kind of change your grimaces of pain, like just mildly, but the strobing is quite slow and it just looks really silly.
So when we see Bob do something, we see like a flame gout sort of collapse in on itself right behind Wyndham. So I'm assuming that's like taking his soul or something. Mm-hmm. Cooper leaves. And behind Bob, we see a weird eye Cooper appear, and he laughs with Bob. So I'm assuming this is Cooper's doppelganger.
And at this point, I was like, okay, wrong Cooper's going to leave. Cooper's not getting out of here.
So, where was I? Oh, yes, so Weird Eye Cooper, he laughs with Bob. Real Cooper comes across Weird Eye Leland in the hallway who says he didn't kill anybody. As Cooper
meaning it was doppelganger who did and he didn't, or just meaning he was.
But that was the doppelganger talking, wasn't it?
Yes.
He was possessed by Bob. Bob wasn't a Leland doppelganger. He was Bob, which is what happens later not make sense with the doppelganger things.
To me, the doppelganger is when Bob possesses you. That's how I took it.
But couldn't that mean that was the normal Leland still trapped in there or something?
Possibly, yeah.
Or maybe the white eyes are the normal people. No, because Cooper's white eye was not Cooper.
Chasing him.
So Leland's brains.
I don't know.
So when the Weird Eye Leland says this to Cooper, he seemed kind of normal, but so straight after that, Cooper goes to the end of the hall, turns and sees his doppelganger at the other end of the hall, and he races away. And then his doppelganger walks over and stops and just looks at Leland's doppelganger. So then we see Cooper getting chased by his doppelganger. And
remember how in this whole show I've had trouble telling people apart?
Yep.
Was it helpful when there was two of them?
It's super helpful. I'm just following so much of this.
Yep.
When they have the same hair color.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they're playing chasey.
All right. So then we see Bob and then a tree.
It's like that again.
Then we cut back to Harry in the woods.
Is that what that is?
I don't know. Maybe.
Who did that?
Laura Palmer.
Laura.
With her.
Yeah.
Why?
Meanwhile.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cut back to Harry in the woods, and it is night again. And Cooper and Annie appear passed out on the ground.
Annie looks dead.
So it feels like they had many more scenes because it's just like, oh, now we're in the Great Northern Hotel.
Oh, so how did Annie get out?
That's a good question. Very good question. Yeah, is it the real Annie? And she, if you remember, she had like blood on her face as well.
Looks like she'd been conked either.
Well, we don't ever find out about Annie, do we?
Can there only be one doppelganger at a time, or can everyone have a doppelganger?
Guess we'll find out. We'll find out.
Why is there a personification of Bob if he can be in all of the places at once?
Okay, all right, hold on. Let me finish the episode and then we can go into our theories.
No, we're derailing.
Theories? You think
where are the rails? There are no rails.
So we cut to the Great Northern, and Doc Hayward and Harry have Cooper back at his hotel room. Cooper wakes up and says, "I wasn't sleeping," but he says it sort of like in a robotic way.
Yeah.
Not his no. Of course, his friends that he's been hanging out with for how many weeks now don't notice anything. Of course, he asks, "How's Annie?" Then says,
Annie okay?
"I need to brush my teeth." He goes to the bathroom, puts toothpaste on his toothbrush, and then proceeds to squeeze the rest of it into the tube into the sink. He then headbutts the mirror, making his head bleed, and in the mirror we see the reflection of Bob. Harry and Doc Hayward.
Are you saying that Bob is the doppelganger personification in the people? Then
Maybe.
That's what I kind of took it to be.
Oh. And then he's saying, "Is Annie okay?"
No,
Annie
he says,
okay?
"How's Annie? How's Annie?"
And I'm like, "Annie, are you okay? Are you okay?" The stupid song stuck in my head.
So Harry and Doc Hayward have obviously hear him smash the glass and rush to the door, but it's locked. And they're trying to open it. And Cooper is just starts saying, "How's Annie? How's Annie?" and laughing as if he's so highly amused with himself.
Mm.
And that's the end of the season 2, my friends. Yep.
That is the end of the whole show originally.
Yes.
They would say, this is a good way to end it.
And then Ben watches that 15 years ago, and then is like, yeah, my friends should totally watch this show that resolves in a nice story.
I don't even know yet.
I didn't actually watch it 15 years
What
ago.
a great
I watched
show.
it maybe 5 years ago. But,
then you should have known better.
No, I only watched it because the new season came out. Okay, so
the new season better be the best thing I've ever seen, Ben.
Yes.
The big question I have
Yep.
is, did Nellie already have that crocheted fish, or did she crochet it especially for the costume?
I crocheted it, especially. It ended up just being a little bit big for my mugs. But either way.
Sorry, go on, Ben.
No, it's fine.
Now that we've finally escaped the red curtained hell, I'm going to change my video back.
Oh.
Yes. No, that was a good touch.
Sorry.
Yeah, I was just a bit disappointed. It was all a bit too meh.
You guys were saying you wanted to return to find out something and return to the mystery.
Yeah, but what did we find out?
Oh, you found out loads of stuff.
0.
No, you find out nothing.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just having to clear my throat a lot. No, you definitely found out a lot.
You find out stuff that you have to figure out yourself. I'm not here for that.
How about you found out stuff, you just don't know it yet? How's that?
I mean, half the plot is dead, so that helps.
Yeah.
But also though, you're saying we found out stuff, we just don't know what it means yet. They weren't planning on doing another season. This is how they just left people.
Well, they weren't planning on the movie either.
They may as well.
Wait,
like,
you're saying
I can't.
this was deliberate?
Yes, because they thought it was cancelled. So David Lynch was just like, let's just throw everything in.
So purposely discombobulated everybody. Okay.
That's stupid, and I don't like it.
So
I liked the episode. I loved the episode, except for Del.
I liked it
Otherwise,
as well.
I loved the episode.
You didn't like Del?
But I didn't like it as the final episode of the season because nothing got answered.
Of the show, remember. This is it. It's over. There is no more show. This is how we're leaving you.
But they knew that's what they were doing.
Okay, so what did you think, Michael? Let's hear what you thought about it.
I think there's in their mind there's definitely a puzzle that they're sort of revealing. Like they've obviously got something that in their thinking that they're I don't know dishing out bit by bit. I'm just not that interested in the puzzle.
Okay. And Sian, what did you think of it?
You've just wasted like 80 hours of my life.
Get ready, there's more, Sian.
Yeah, it's not over yet.
It gets better, right?
I think
you won't be able to recognize anyone, Sian.
I think I'm still in that spot, Ben, where I like early on I was sort of I was thinking maybe it tied together a bit better, and then I felt like sort of the reveal sort of early in season 2, I felt a bit cheated by it. So I'm not probably interested in being emotionally invested or intellectually invested in enough because I don't trust the show is going to pay off. If it does pay off, I'll be like, great, awesome that they did that, but I don't trust that they're going to put it together.
I'm very much looking forward to when you guys have watched Twin Peaks: The Return, which is the 3rd season.
Not the movie. Okay.
No, I've never watched the movie either, so we're all going to be watching it for the first time.
So is that chronologically where it comes?
Yes.
So, okay.
Yeah, it is a prequel, but it came after the 2nd season.
Okay.
So just some background on that.
The next thing we're doing is
the
prequel.
movie. Yes.
Right.
Yes. But it is just one thing to watch.
It's a prequel because David Lynch wanted more Laura.
Yeah, he actually did. So I just want to cover your point, Michael, about Leland being revealed as the murderer. So we've already discussed that they were basically forced into revealing who the killer was, and that David Lynch is on record as saying he didn't want to reveal the killer, basically, ever. He never wanted to.
I would have been really mad about that. So that's I wouldn't have been down for that.
So, and you all know that the line that Laura says, "I'll see you again in 25 years," is actually the space between the end of season 2 and the beginning of season 3.
But they didn't know that.
They knew that. No, at the time, obviously they didn't know it, but everybody was like, "Well, you said 25 years," and kept saying it, and then he actually did come back and do it.
Wow.
That just seems like
okay.
just marketing. That's when they chose to do it.
Yeah, that's a really long play by David Lynch. Like, well, I do want to go back to this. Maybe maybe let the hype build for 25 years.
That's not how I took it. I took it as we put this line in, and then later on they're like, "Oh, wouldn't it be cool if you know how she said 25 years? Wouldn't it be cool if we came back then?"
Yeah.
But we saw a lot of stuff. So the introduction of doppelgangers. That white-eyed thing, we've seen that before, I'm pretty sure. And I think it was with Laura. I think it was the first time we saw her in that room.
In the dream?
Yes.
Oh, in the dream.
In Cooper's dream. I think that was episode 2 or 3 of season 1, if I remember correctly.
Do you have white eyes then?
No, she didn't have it the whole time, but at one stage she did have the white eyes.
Yeah.
Okay. The tree that we see right at the end of the curtain section, we also saw in that same dream.
Yeah, I remember you bringing it up.
Because you guys didn't notice the tree. I was like, man, the tree, you missed the tree completely.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't look like a tree to me in that thing, but I remember you bringing it up. And because I was invested after about 7 or 8 episodes and I rewatched some of it, to where I remember, rewatched some of our video, rather,
Yep.
I noticed you bring it up again.
Yeah.
I don't know what tree you're talking about.
Okay, tree. Is it a sycamore?
Probably.
No, I suppose it'd be a Douglas fir, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Those are the two types of tree.
So that thankfully was the end of season 2 and pretty much at the time the end of Twin Peaks.
So this is basically like Lost, where people invest a lot of time and a lot of theorizing and then nothing happens at the end.
Well, at the time, that's very true. So I can't actually remember exactly when...
It was the preview wrong, but he doesn't want to spoil anything.
Yeah, if you notice, I keep saying "at the time" or stuff like that,
which gives me hope that the future will be better. And then if you disappoint me again, Ben,
yeah.
Oh no!
You want to do this with another show?
No, the next show that we're going to watch.
You have to build some trust.
Is you guys are definitely going to like it. I'm guaranteed. But yeah, so things that I've told you already, basically all the living cast from the original show return in The Return. Some of them passed away in 25 years, but all the ones that were still alive
who are living in the real world, or the ones who are living
the ones who are still alive in the real world.
I know Peggy. Not Peggy. Well, yes, Peggy.
Peggy Lipton.
Norma doesn't come back. Yeah.
Doesn't she?
Well, she died.
Oh, that's right. Yes, sorry. Yeah.
In real life, not in the show.
Yeah.
Rashida, come and take her place.
No one will notice. Hello.
Slightly different skin colors.
So yeah, I thought that was so. You guys made some comments in previous episodes. Oh, gee, I really hope we return to sort of like the original premise, or just something from what they were originally building to. And here we are.
A plot. Just choose a plot. Any plot. I liked the one I was making up at the start of the episode better than what they ended up doing.
Boy,
where it was actually the log lady.
Oh, yes, yeah.
The log lady stole the car, went to the woods, did
She's
some
gone
stuff,
wild.
Came back.
It's been log lady the whole time.
Because log lady knows more about what's going on than anyone else.
Well, she clearly does, holding back info.
But to me, the original plot was Laura. I know that we're well past that. But you say we're going back to the original plot. It's not really.
I mean, we did see Laura again, and Maddie actually, who's the same actress.
When I said I wanted to, I liked the beginning, and I liked up until we found out Leland was the killer. I liked all the way up to that. And then, as we all know, it took a deep dive.
Yeah, we suddenly introduced a whole bunch of characters. Also, none of them are around anymore.
Yeah. But
Why did
I
George
wanted
run away?
I wanted more explanation around Bob. I wanted more. I didn't want Wyndham Earl.
Yeah, so Leland picked up Bob at
I don't
like
even
a
really
holiday
care about
home
Bob.
somewhere at a lake.
Also,
Yeah.
Leland had to let Bob in, so they've kind of changed what originally was stated.
Did
that
he
Bob
take
had to be let
Leland's
in
soul as well?
because Cooper hasn't let him in.
Oh, Cooper
That's
offered
'cause
to
he
give
went
up
to that
his soul,
place.
so he probably did offer.
But to Wyndham, he didn't say, Bob,
he
here,
didn't
have my
say to Bob.
soul.
Yeah.
Well,
So
who
I'm
knows
just
who he was actually
confused
talking
about.
to in the Black Lodge.
Oh no, I'm being attacked by a log. I just don't know how Cooper can now be Bob. Like, I know it's someone else. It's not actually Cooper. Cooper's stuck in the
Whatever
Black
place.
Lodge.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever we want to call it. But
Yes.
Leland didn't escape from there. Leland pretty much said that he met Bob when he was younger.
Hmm.
So how many people
And
is
that he
Cooper
and
gonna
that he
record
let
when
him
we get
in.
back?
And Laura didn't want to let Bob in.
So
And
it's a
that's
bit
why she had to
inconsistent.
die. So I'm just confused.
Well, you're in the right place.
Why did that mean she had to die? Yeah.
I'm just a bit
Avoid
distracted by the
accidentally letting Bob in.
disembodied tail.
I know she's looking
the
for a
head.
lap, but I'm about to go heat my dinner in a minute.
Okay, all right. So maybe we should stop it there. So the next the next episode, sorry, the next thing we're going to watch is the movie. So looking forward to that very much. I have never watched
Paramount
it.
Plus too?
Pardon?
Is it on Paramount Plus as well?
Yeah,
I
yes,
think we
it is.
looked that up.
It totally is. No, the movie is definitely on Paramount Plus. But those interludes that the person that commented on one of our videos mentioned is on YouTube.
Our fan.
But our fan. Hello, fan. Our one and only fan, or maybe two. I don't remember.
Thank you I hope you appreciate costumes.
Yes.
I did look up those interludes because I think they gave me a link, or maybe you gave me a link, Michael. And when I went to that link on YouTube, it says it was region locked and we couldn't watch it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I've got no idea what it is, unfortunately. So yeah, let's leave it there. Thank you guys, and great things ahead. Great things. I really appreciate you guys sticking with me for season 2. I said it was going to be a tough slog, and boy was it. Even me, I was like, oh my god, I hope they stay with me because it's so bad.
I'm going to stick with you, Ben, but that's because I trust you. And if I am let down, I'm not saying
that there won't
wear
be
the
more
log forever.
You're gonna make me a log hat, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm not saying
like the return is on Paramount Plus, but it doesn't look like the movie is.
Fire Walk with Me is what it's called.
Yeah, it's called Fire Walk with Me.
Yeah, Anyway,
maybe we
other
should
people aren't interested
go
in
to Ben's place and watch it.
Yeah, we should just have a weekend and
Katie.
I'll watch it.
When you get back from the Philippines.
Yeah. Oh no, we're going to do that before. We're going to do the movie before, aren't we? Isn't that what we discussed?
Oh, that's right. Boxing Day. What are you guys doing, Darts?
No, they're going to be busy.
No, we can do it next week. Oh no, maybe we can't.
What? You want me to watch a movie in 1 week?
Oh, sorry.
It's just one of the episodes in a
movie?
bit.
Oh, it's only on Google Play and you have to buy it.
That's what I was just saying.
Oh shit.
Or off YouTube. Yep.
Sorry.
So we all need to get together and
That's
watch
what I was just trying to tell you.
Put a pause on it for a few weeks.
Oh, do we want to skip it then? Because honestly, I never watched it.
No.
I think I saw that it was on ABC or something just not even that long ago. Maybe it just left.
It's got 7.5 out of 10 on IMDb.
That's got to be better than what we've watched so far.
That's pretty good of a score.
When are you coming down?
4.8.
Probably because the only people who bothered to watch it were people who liked the original.
We can do it in February.
Probably, Michael. So
we have to watch the Fire Walk with Me before we start the next season.
I think we probably should.
Last thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll find a way.
Maybe it will explain something.
We'll find a way. Even if it is on Google Play, it's probably not that expensive, but I'll see what I can do for you all. So.
$17.
Holy shit. That's a rip-off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
We can wait till February.
But yeah, so we were discussing before you guys came on that Katie's going to be away, and because of the Christmas break and everything, we're probably not going to get to start the next season until next year in February. So we're going to take a bit of a hiatus from.
Look forward to forgetting half of what we just watched.
Yep, don't worry.
It won't matter anyway.
I look forward to being entertained by Sian not recognizing anybody because they're 25 years older.
Yeah.
And it's been like 2 months since I watched an episode. So
Yep.
Good luck.
All right. Thank you, everyone. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.